Alright guys, so in today's video I am going to be stating my full early beta review of the game. And so in this beta I will be giving negatives and positives of the game and what I thought, what I basically what I like, and I will talk about a bit about it, about what it is and why I dislike it or why I like it. And let me know how you find my review, if you like it, if you agree with any of it, if you disagree with any. Let me know, because I would love to hear your thoughts or my opinions down in the description below. And let me know if I missed anything and that I did not talk about or was not mentioned in this video, since I thought in the negatives and positives at the top of my head, so I might have not thought about. I I may forgot that I didn't like this, I may forgot I didn't like that, I did like that. So, and if you comment down below, I would state my opinion about what I thought, what you said that I forgot to mention. I would state what I thought of it. So let's start off with the first negative. Alright guys, so the first negative of the Battlefield 6 review, I will give it to the settings, because look how much settings there are for one thing, and then going to the gameplay, and look how much settings it is just to change your game. Is infantry aim assist, infantry slowdown, infantry aim assist, zoom snap. To be honest, I played games all my life. I played games since I was a child, and I do not know what half of these settings do. Half of these settings do tiny amounts, because I know I've changed some stuff and they do tiny amounts to your game. So these settings are not needed. This isn't just a problem in Battlefield, this is a problem in COD, the biggest FPS shows, the biggest games. This is problem persists. I don't know why you need all these settings. Why is it so complicated? What happened to games where the settings used to be simplified and all of that? What happened to it? Because these settings are not needed. Half of them are not needed. There's too much settings and it's complicated. And a lot of content creators, I've heard a lot of content creators will complain about the settings and didn't know what half of these settings did or anything, or didn't know what they were. And that's what happened with today's gaming industry. A lot of games have these settings when you don't need them, and that's just causes problems left, right, centre. And I hope they go back to the simplified settings where they make 1,000 settings in one that probably basically zero things to your game, and that hopefully they do. So that's enough talking about the settings, because I can run all day about the settings. So let's go into negative 2. Alright guys, so negative 2, I don't know what you want to call this, a performance issue or a glitch, because this glitch or performance issue happened to me during the weekend 1 beta, and this did not persist or happen in the weekend 2 beta. So I don't know if they fixed or what, but this happened in the weekend 1 beta. And when I'm editing this video, I will put down what I think this goes under, either a glitch or performance issue. And even if I can't decide what one is, I will be putting performance issue slash glitch. And yeah, so this would, I tell you what what happened, and you can let me know in the comments. So this happened since, oh we actually bell right till the end of weekend 1, and I gotta tell you, this glitch was annoying or performance issue, since this would happen to me at the end of every single match. So once my match was over, I would be greeted to get kicked right to the main menu, to where you can show the mods, and all the mods would become locked, where it would actually tell me that I need a early access beta code to play this beta. And get this, I already got a beta code, I already got my hands on a beta code like earlier that day, or like a day ago, depending when this get started happening, I don't know, but it's happened, I'm pretty sure the first day, and it kept happening, and the only way to get rid of it was to restart my game. Or I could wait till it goes away, but it could take ages, or that, and I've tried waiting it out, and it would actually used to kick me out, so it didn't let me matchmake, get into another game. So I had to restart, and that annoyed me so much, as once you restart your game, 90% of the time in the weekend one beta, you would be greeted to a big, long queue. 90% of the time, you'd be greeted to something I've seen have been 400,000 players, 400 players, 1,000 players, 3,000 players, 20,000, 80,000, stuff like that, with quite a big long queue, and cause it would happen now every single time I ended a match, I would have to go through the same queue constantly. So most of my playtimes are probably because I had to wait in a big long queue. That's what happened. And this problem, and then after the early access time period went away, this problem still persists. For the 3 extra long days, where now every single match I'd be kicked out, sent back to the main menu, and then it would come up a new error code saying I do not have PS Plus, and I need PS Plus to play Battlefield 6 beta. But I was like to myself, how did that get level like 15, 10, 5, whatever level I was at the time, if I do not have PS Plus? And the same thing I had to do to solve it was restart my game, and that's what happened for the rest of the time. Yeah, when the early access beta ended, I thought this was going to be a time where I can actually, I would never have to experience this problem after early access, because I thought, or it's because it's early access, because early access has been known to have problems in any game, but nope. This wasn't an early access problem. This was the game's problem altogether. I do not know, and that's why I do not know if this was a performance issue, because how many people own, or if they sort of just freaked out. I don't know how many people that's happened to. If this happened to me than one, I do not know. So let me know if this has happened to you during the weekend one bit, if you got a chance to play it. Cause I'm really confused what kept happening to me. It happened to me about 20 times in one day, just for playing the game, maybe 30 times, depending on how many matches I played. That's what happened to me every single match. So let me know, and now we're going on to -3. Alright guys, so -3 has to go to the vehicles, and I'll be honest, come from COD not being a big veteran Battlefield player, this would be basic class as my first ever Battlefield, and the vehicles are very hard to control, and I know it might not feel very hard to control for veteran Battlefield players, but it did to me, and every time I saw a tank, I knew it was basically game over right from the start, and I would need to hurry up and get out of there. 90% of the time, I wouldn't be able to get out of there in time because they just blow everything, because of the destruction. They can just blow stuff and like blow cover and all that, and it made me want to throw my controller. And this might be an unpopular opinion, but that's just how I am. I just thought the vehicles were more frustrating than fun. And yeah, so let's get into -4. Alright guys, so -4, I would go with the netcode, as I don't know if you would include this in the netcode, but before I get into the real problems of this negative, I will actually go with the maps. I'm not talking about the map as a whole being a negative, I'm talking about sometimes the maps would not load in or would glitch out at the start of a match. So this would be the start of the match when you see that cutscene, you getting into the battlefield at the very start of the match before anyone can move. And sometimes the map would actually not fully load in or would glitch out a wee bit. That's the problem I have experienced. And another problem with netcode is, I've experienced with this weekend, sometimes I would shoot some for ages and they would not die, but they shoot me and have 5 goes into me and I die, but it never happened with marbles with the nothing on them or wouldn't register correctly. And I don't know if anyone else experienced this problem or how big this problem is, but I think this problem needs to be fixed moving into the launch of Battlefield 6. If Battlefield 6 wants to succeed, we need to get onto this problem as fast as possible, because the Xtifan had a registration problem and look what happened to that game. That game died out because of that problem. Hit registration for any FPS shooter is a big problem and for succeeding, regardless of how good the game is. Hit registration lets the game down, and Battlefield 6 needs to fix the problem ASAP. Doesn't have to be during the beta, can be in the game, but this problem and the netcode needs to be addressed very quickly moving forward. Let me know if you agree with this negative, and let me agree if you agree with what I'm saying about the netcode. And let's move into negative 5. Alright guys, so negative 5, I'm going to give it, this negative might actually be an unpopular opinion that a lot of our few players will probably be raging at me or not agreeing with me or like giving the hate. Right, I'm going to give it to Conquest, the mod, since I do not like big battle modes, big map modes. I mean, like large maps, stuff like that. I do not like that, because I feel like in Conquest, I don't know if it's just me or if I'm just don't like it or what, but I feel like you run for 5 minutes, maybe even more, and then you don't even get a chance to body see a guy, and you die by some random guy, and you actually ran for that long, and then sometimes all the checkpoints that you can spawn at gets took, so you would have to spawn back at the HQ, and then you run for another 5 minutes and get killed by someone that's far distance or a sniper. And I feel like in Conquest a lot of people camp, and I don't mean like actually camp. There's about, sometimes I look in Conquest and there's about 5 right graves in the distance. Like it could be all the end of the map, up very high with snipers aiming down, and they can and sometimes they either shoot me for that distance or start trying to shoot me. And you see about like 5 graves at one time, and that's why I do not like it. I prefer the small map modes because that's fast, instant battles, and you don't get like snipers trying to shoot down at you for a mile away. So let me know if you agree, let me know if you think this opinion is daft or what. But let me know if you've had this problem or you've seen players like this, because I have from playing Conquest. I do not like it. I prefer Conquest and Battlefield 2042. Since Battlefield 6 Beta came out, I had went back, or since Battlefield 6 Beta is coming out, I went back. I did end up playing Battlefield 2042 and playing Conquest. I preferred that Conquest to Battlefield 6. Since Battlefield 6, I feel I want snipers that can shoot you from a mile away before you even get a chance to do anything. They may be, and they're too far away so to even fight back. That's how far away they are. So let's get on to negative 6. This might be the last negative of this game, since this game is too early to tell. So the review won't be that big. So anyway, let's get into the final negative. Alright guys, so negative 6 I would say has to go with shotguns, and this did not possess in weekend 1 but did in weekend 2, because in weekend 2 I've noticed a lot more people seem to be using shotguns, and I'm going to be popping some gameplay footage of how OP shotguns are in this game, so let me know if you agree with this negative, since shotguns seem to be very OP in this game, and I mean very, and you only seem to notice it when more people use shotguns. Since one game I got about 6 people using shotguns at one time, and they're great from what I've seen, they're great with long range and they're great with middle range, short range, and they seem very OP up close. As you can see, it seems very good up close. And shotguns have always been a problem in COD, but they seem to be a problem in this game. And shotguns, we can run what OP, but not that many people use shotguns. And weekend 2, seems everyone uses shotguns. Like it's the best gun in the game. So this gun could actually be the best gun in the game. I'm not considering this, but it could actually be the best gun in the game, since shotguns are very OP in this game. And I would love to see this gun get nerfed, shotguns as a whole, since shotguns get used that much in this game now that it seems very frustrating and annoying if you want to get killed by a shotgun. Basically just like Black Ops COD, and this gun seems to even be even better than COD shotguns, since this gun, shotguns can actually be you can actually one-shot people that are very far away, like SMG range, that far away. So I want them to do something about shotguns, and hopefully they will in the future, like nerf it, at least nerf it, so it won't be that OP, but who knows, they might. So let's get into the positives of this, and let me know what you think of my review at the end of the video in the comments below. I would love to hear what you think. If you disagree with anything, let me know. Let's get into the first positive. Alright guys, so for the first positive, I'm going to give it to the movement. I don't know if it's just me, but I think the movement is very good, very smooth, and I like how the movement is basically what COD used to be, soldier related and all that, where you don't have all the unrealistic movement, it's just basic movement. That brings the realism to a whole nother level, having that. And so I really like the movement, it feels so smooth in that. And let me know what you think of the movement, because I really like the movement. So that's enough about positive 1, let's get into positive 2. Positive 2, I will give it to the graphics of the game. The graphics of this game are a whole nother level. I really like the graphics. The graphics are the best probably graphics FPS shows have ever actually seen. These graphics are 100 times better than Black Ops, Call of Duty, stuff like that. These graphics really make it look like it's real life. Obviously, as maybe it makes it look like it's real life. And I love these graphics. I was amazed when I first played the beta. I was amazed that how good these graphics were. And it probably has something to do with next gen. It only been on next gen consoles. So next gen really makes games a whole lot better than if they had to step back from it. So next gen can do a lot that we do not know, because there are no many games doing next gen versions only. So hopefully that's will put a short to the systems that don't think it will. So yeah, that's it for positive 2. Let me know what you thought of that negative, and let's get into negative 3. Negative 3, I will give it the guns, not shotguns, just the guns like SMG, ARs, stuff like that. I actually think the guns are so smooth, and the guns feel so good to use. And when you're getting a kill, this may not have anything to do with guns. Let me know if you think if this gets included in the gun section. That when you kill someone, it feels so smooth and so good to kill someone. I actually like how the guns play, how the guns feel. the gunplay, everything about the guns I actually love. Because I feel FPS shows, doesn't matter how good the FPS shows are, if the guns feel horrible to use, the FPS game will be shit from start to finish, and the game will end up failing. Because I think to make a good FPS show, the guns need to be the bit you focus to make it feel good. So that's my thought process on it. Because I just really like the guns and how they play, how they feel and all that. So let's get on to -4, I'm pretty sure it is now. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so +4, I am going to give it the realism, the skins and all that. I feel like this game, Realism, takes it to a whole nother level. To realism start to finish. I just think this game makes you feel like a soldier, makes you feel like you're more, and makes you use cover to your advantage, and that, and you don't just run out, do what you then call run out and survive. And the movement is basically a soldier in the war. That's what this game makes you feel like. You're a soldier in the battlefield. And COD used to make you feel like that too. And that's what I say, this game was what COD used to be. And I'm great, and hopefully they stick to this. Because just because the beta looks like it doesn't mean the game, when it launches, will be this. They could do the exact same thing as COD. Hopefully not, I hope they stick to this. But the realism to everything feels again the war, and you have to use cover, and that cover's mandatory in this game. So if you're just rushing them 24/7 with them COD, you die every single time. And you can't jump at some, because if you jump trying to kill someone, your recoil go all over the place. It's basically life. And yeah, so that's it for +4. Let's go into +5. +5, I will give it the class system, the pick 100 system, or whatever it's called, stuff like that. Well, and if you don't know what the pick 100 system is that Battlefield 6 has added, is whatever you add in your class system, gun, the whole attachments, the whole lot, will get put as weight of the gun. So you have a certain weight, and you need to, and if you use all the weight, you can't add any more on. So it's basically like inspiration from the pick 10 system that COD originally added back over 10 years ago now. And that's basically what I take is like an inspiration of the pick 10 system, and they just put that own twist to it, and it all comes under weight. So all attachment will tell you how much weight I will put on the gun, and I think if you get like 100 weight, if your gun's 100 weight, you can't add any more over 100. So it needs to come under 100. And I think that system is very good to make you think about what you're adding. It doesn't make you add any you want, and that everyone will have different stuff added and all that. It won't just have like COD, where everyone will have the same kind of stuff on and all that. That's what the pick 100 system does correct, and basically reminds me of what the pick 10 system was before it got removed to the new gunsmith. And I really like this system, and hopefully this makes COD do a system like this, maybe bring back the pick 10 system, because this system works very well. It's better than the Battlefield system, Battlefield 2042 system. So yeah, that's what I have to say about this. And also, this one is very good for you thinking about what to add and all that, and you don't just add 100 stuff for the sake of it. And Yeah, let me know what you think of this system. So positive 6, I'm going to give it the maps. I really like the maps. One of my favourite maps is Revolution Peak, since I think that map plays so well in this game, and they did such a good job with creating this map. And yeah, so that's just what I think about the map. Let me know if you have any distance about the maps, if you don't like maps. There's one of them I do not like, but can't remember the name. But Revolution Peak is a very good map, and this map is probably my favourite in Battlefield. So that's it for positive 6. So I'm going on to positive 7. Alright guys, so positive 7, I'm going to give it the destruction. The destruction is very good, and I love the destruction in this game. Since in Battlefield 2042, the destruction meant to be non-existent. I do not know, since I didn't really play Battlefield 2042. It was meant to be non-existent, and Battlefield 2042 was meant to have been going the COD route with the game instead of what made Battlefield, and that's what made people hate the game. And one match I was in the destruction, and the whole, every single building in that game got destroyed. It was like a nuclear enough. It was like a nuclear enough, and it changed the looks of the game and all that, and it was like an entirely new map since from when the match first started. and and it's surprising how realistic these destructions are in an FPS show, because I've never seen destruction that good in an FPS show. Maybe every single building can get destroyed and that. So let me know what you think of the destruction, if you like it, if you dislike it. And I think this is a big strong point for Battlefield 6 moving forward. And I can't wait to see the other maps that come out at launch. So yeah. So that's it for part positive 7. Alright guys, so that's it for the full video. Let me know if I missed any thing, or if I've not mentioned anything about these or that. And I can even, if you post a comment saying, or I didn't mention this, I would post what I thought of it, or what I would put it in the comment section. Since yeah, overall I really like this game. This game surprised me, since if you seen my Twitch reaction, I didn't think this game would be that good. I thought COD would destroy this game out of the park. I wasn't really hyped for this game. I wasn't really sure this game would do well. And when I played the beta, my whole perspective of what Battlefield 6 will be like changed. I was amazed at how good the graphics looked, the destruction, the maps, the gunplay, the recoil, everything start to finish. I was surprised at. This game blew me away, start to finish, and I spent tons and tons and tons of hours on this game, start to finish, and weekend 1 and weekend 2. This game is very good. If you're into Battlefield or watch a new FPS show, I would actually recommend this game. This game could legit beat COD, but I do not think it's that likely. So I will give my review on it is a 9.9 out of 10. I know it's 1 point off 10, but because no, 9.5 out of 10, because it still has its problem with netcode, shotguns, glitches, and problems I experienced in weekend 1. But it's just the beta, so I'm not gonna hold that against Battlefield 6, and still give it the credit it deserves on it. I think since Battlefield 2042, what that disasters are like, I feel like they upped the standards of Battlefield. They upped how they did a big improvement on Battlefield altogether. In this game, I think if they keep doing what they're doing, this game will be probably one of the best selling, up there with Bill 7 when it comes out. So let me know what you think of my review, if there's anything you don't agree with, anything you disagree with, or if some of my opinions on this stuff are daft. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video, and my next video should be Wednesday, which is 2 days away. So anyway, peace out.